Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our session, SUP309. Very happy to be talking to you all today. My name is Saurabh. I'm a senior principal in our AWS support organization. I am joined today by two of my colleagues, Tipu and Nirja. Nirja is from Salesforce. Tipu is a senior principal in our AWS, engineer in our AWS support organization. Today, we are going to deep dive into strategies, tools, and mindsets that have helped AWS support evolve into a world-class organization. About 10 years ago, the needs of the customers and the business outcomes of the customers were different from what they are today. And in this session, we're going to share with you how we have evolved our AWS support organization, not only from a technology perspective, but also from how we are working backward from customer needs. If you are a developer, CXO, or a customer service representative, hopefully you will learn something today about the mental models that AWS support has taken to deliver stellar experiences, but also create delightful products for our customers. We're going to hear from Tipu about the technology advancements we are doing in our support organizations, how we are looking at the requests that customers are making and being proactive, handling those requests, how we are using AI in our support organization. Nirja is going to share with us how we are going to use, how Salesforce used the mental models like AWS, partnered with us on creating a delightful experience for their customers. And then towards the end, I'll give you a peek into the other places AWS is looking at, and we are thinking, how can we create and align ourselves with the customer business outcomes? This means how can we help you modernize, migrate, but also look at your industry and create something that goes beyond the traditional break fix that supports used to do. So we have a lot to unpack. If time permits, we'll love to have some questions in the end, Q&A. We have a mic here. Please stand up and towards the end, and we'll have time for that. If we don't get too much time, we'll be outside the door, and we'll be happy to take your questions from there as well. I want to kick off with these two quotes, one from Tony Hsieh from Zappos, no more anymore, late Tony Hsieh, and then one from Jeff Bezos. Customer service is everybody's job. That is something that is core to what Amazon does. Long before AWS, actually, Amazon had a reputation in customer service. We have a lot of stories where customers have gotten their gifts in Christmas before the last day, and we have done something overnight. When AWS started, we had to maintain that reputation and then exceed it. But it is very hard to operate support in a technology company where customers are using cloud to migrate and modernize their different business than e-commerce. The second quote is from Jeff, which is around, the best customer service just happens. You don't need to ask for it. It is proactive. So as I look at these two, they kind of explain the mindset that we have in AWS support around how we look at customers and how we can deliver for our customers. These push us to be intuitive while being reliable, inquisitive while being aware of customer needs, proactive while also making sure that when things do break, we provide the prompt response. When you think of customer service, and I want you all to think about, if you are in customer service, your customer experiences, but also customer service that you're getting here in this event, the plane flight that you took, the Uber ride that you took, there's a lot of things that we think about customer service and what it means for us. Customer service is personalized. Nobody wants to be treated like the rest of the herd. You want it to be contextual and be aware to you. In today's technology world, customer service has to be everywhere. It can't be that you have to dial a number, stand in a queue, and then engage. It should be on your mobile app. It should be in your web browser. It should be available as and when you need it. It should also be intuitive. Customer service needs to meet you where you are. You shouldn't need to repeat yourself all the time. You shouldn't need to explain the history and the context. It should be aware about you. Customer service has to be seamless and has to be around holistic experience of recommendation. And last but not the least, it has to tie to your business outcomes. If we can't enable you to be successful in your business, work with you to create new ideas, help you execute on those ideas, then we are not doing customer service right. And these are the mental models that we in AWS Support keeps on us. It's centralized around the customer, as the name suggests. But more importantly, it is not about AWS Support's business. It's about making your business successful. That's a very deep statement. And I was writing it, I was like, this is what we do every day. And we tell our teams to be very conscious about making sure our customers' business is successful, even if it takes that we are doing things extraordinarily important. Learn from our customers and do that and give that learnings back to other customers. Now, I talked earlier about when we started AWS Support and in the last 10 years, the way we have evolved, it's no longer break fix. The customer support that AWS provides, and we think about it, it goes way into working with the customers from the day one. We have to earn the trust every day. Every time you launch an EC2, there's a potential that we could work with you to make that experience seamless. Every time you launch a new service, we are doing a lot of announcements this week, and all you're going to go back tonight, tomorrow, next week, when you use those services, the support is built into those. The support teams are ready to take on. We really want to make sure that we work backward from your needs and your inputs. In the cloud world, as you start with your early days planning and assessment, and this is a cycle that keeps happening. You may close a data center yesterday and have gone through this cycle, and then now you're moving your mainframe, so you're getting started of this cycle. Over time, you get better at it. But if we always think of your outcomes, we want to align with you from the beginning, from the planning and assessment phase, to helping you migrate and launch. Be proactive, provide guidance. When we see that you are using a service in not the optimized way that we recommend, we tell you about it. If you're using a service and you are struggling to use it, we help you. We make it better. And if we see that we need to do something about it from your lessons, we do that as well. We help you modernize and innovate. If you're thinking of building new experiences with what you learned at re:Invent this week, we should be there helping you in those experiences. And then, in the end, we should be able to do it all transparent. We should be able to show you your operational metrics. We should be able to give you insights on what your operational data is telling you. If I unpack it, it's around the cycle of how do you make an organization like AWS Support work? Amazon has a reputation. We have to do better than that. But also, our customer needs are different from the needs of traditional cloud customers. Our customers are looking at us to help them innovate. They're looking at us to help them be successful in their business. The life cycle starts from the customer-centric culture. And I'm going to talk about how it truly means for it at Amazon, but it just doesn't end here. If we keep thinking about doing the right thing for the customer, but we don't have the mechanisms to actually make it happen, then it will just be an intention. Jeff has a famous quote that intentions don't work, mechanisms do. And if we keep thinking about, oh, we're going to work back from the customer, but I don't have a good mechanism or multiple mechanisms that make it happen, it's not going to be successful. We're going to start from customer-centric culture, hear about how do we look at talent? How do we give the human team that handles your support inquiries and give you the best available? How do we scale that, right? AWS is more than $100 billion run rate business. And how do we go from $1 billion to $100 billion and make sure that we keep hiring the right people for the right technology and the right skill set for you? How do we retain and optimize and update our knowledge? Our services iterate so fast. Every day there's a new feature. Every month there's a new service. If you think about it, how do you keep that up to date? How do you make sure that knowledge is not stale? Processes and tools. Technology is at the middle of it. How do we use technology in the AI era now to seamlessly hand off and transition? And then how do we look at observability and metrics? And how do we make sure that we have the right KPIs that we are monitoring and that we are looking at? If we do all of this right, we create delightful customer experiences. And at AWS Support, we are doing this. We're going to share how we do this. And hopefully you can learn something and take it back to your organizations. When we think about a customer-centric culture, and you think about support, only a quarter of our inquiries are break-fix related. So more than half of the time, customers are calling us not because something is not working, but they need proactive guidance. They need architecture consultation. They need strategic priorities. And if you think about it, building a support organization around that is very, very different from you get a phone call, something is not working, you fix it, now it's working. Between proactive planning, advisory, automation, cloud expertise, there is so much to unpack that we had to work with our customers to build a support organization. It was really a unique challenge that we have handled in the last decade and hopefully continue to do so by creating more delightful experiences. We don't want our customers to come to us and wait when a problem happens. Our system actively monitors for potential problems and reach out when we see that there's something that a customer is either not using properly or there's something on our side we want to take them in action. We're going to share some of that with you today. And our long-term goal is to be a trusted advisor, not just be a troubleshooting agent. I covered the mission about Amazon to be Earth's most customer-centric company. Amazon has been hugely successful at that. And we take that mission and vision to AWS support as well. We want to understand our customers. We want to be empathetic with them. We want to hear their feedback, make sure we continuously improve. We want to be specific about needs, not just about what you want, but exactly what is it that will delight you. And there's a difference there. If we only focus on the things that are abstracted, we will never be able to understand your unique needs and the things that we need to improve. And we have to be proactive. Our AWS support portfolio goes from how we are innovating AWS support, so the technology advancements that we are making under the covers. You're going to hear about it from Tipu here shortly, on how we are using AI to better route your cases, how we are using AI to monitor incoming requests, to look at the training material, to make sure that our staff is educated and trained on the right services at all the times. But then also we have to think about customer business. Are we launching things and are we delivering things that makes our customer business successful? Are we helping you transform your business, not just being there for your phone call when something breaks? And how we are doing that, what services we are launching in that space. And then how do we taking care of what you have? You may be a large enterprise, you have a lot of portfolio on AWS, you're building net new product. We can help you with a net new product, absolutely. But we got to take care of what you have on AWS. We have to make sure that what you have on AWS is seamlessly running. So what are we doing in that space? To dive into hiring, knowledge, processes, and tools, I'd like to invite Tipu, who is a principal engineer of support organization, to take us through that.
Thank you, Saurabh. Hi, everybody. How's everyone doing? All right, recovering from lunch. Hopefully it wasn't bad. So I'm Tipu. I've spent the past 13 years in AWS support, working with customers, solving problems, and then using those lessons learned to both build, develop, and improve our services. So as Saurabh mentioned, it starts with the customer. The customer-centric culture makes sure that we're focused on customers' needs, we're being proactive. But what we've learned is it requires hiring and developing the best teams, the best people as well, to make sure that they're advocating for customers and building the right systems and tools. So we do this in a few different ways. One is we have focus on the hiring pipeline. We make sure that people have already started learning about cloud, about the different types of technologies that our customers need, and that we are raising the bar on our hiring. So we have a program called Bar Raising, where we ensure that the people we're hiring really improve the customer experience more than where we are right now. Now, investing in talent requires us to really understand customers' needs and build our talent pipeline in that way. There are certain techniques that are mentioned here, like mentoring. There's certification. In some of our sites for AWS support, 100% of our engineers are certified. We even have certain sites in which our managers are certified as well. So we do take that to heart. There's a huge important part about mentorship. A lot of these technologies are quite complex. So in order to get good at them, you have to get hands-on. You have to have the right mentoring in place. But the one key learning that we've really gotten over the years is dynamic and adaptive learning. And so what that means is it's not just about predicting what kind of requests we're going to get in the future as part of our capacity plan, but it's also ensuring that we're creating personalized training plans for engineers to both fulfill that demand as well as fulfill their career ambitions. So this could be, for example, engineers moving from Kubernetes to AI as customer demands change. So in AWS support, at least, we have over 200 services. We have lots of technologies. We offer third-party support. And so there's a lot to cover in this space. And so in order to really meet these needs of our customers, we employ a few different methodologies. One is understanding customer intent. And so this is a really great use of machine learning in order to understand what is the actual problem that a customer has, so we can match the right problem with the best set of people to solve it. So routing comes into play, routing the right set of people. It's not just people, it's also systems. It's technology. Because the fastest way to solve a problem is to do it proactively or do it in a self-service manner. There is a lesson that we've learned in our software systems over the years, which is in order to really improve our availability, it is better to divide services into cells, so that if any one individual cell was to fail, the others would keep running. So it reduces the impact. A similar approach as to what's shown over here with elastic load balancers and different compute components being in different cells can be applied to people as well. So we can have routing that can select the best set of people and technology to solve a problem. Some of you might be in situations where you might have requirements, certain different languages, certain different severities. You might have other compliance requirements. So certain people might only need to support certain types of technology. You might need combinations of all of these. And this is where this understanding of intent and this mapping of the right tools and people becomes important. This cellular approach has worked for us. Next, we focus on taking a step backwards towards what are customers actually asking for. One is customers don't want to ever have any issues, right? That would be the best thing. So preventing issues before they actually ever happen. If they happen, they should be resolved as quickly as possible. And then customers don't want to have to repeat themselves. They want the person helping them to already have their context and to know what it is that they're talking about. So we take these lessons learned that we have heard from our customers, and as part of operational excellence, we apply them back to our system to improve our support processes. When we started, customers would contact us via the support center, usually via using the web. Even before that, actually, customers would post to the forums and ask us questions. And over time, we learned that customers actually have systems they want to integrate with our APIs. And we connect the best engineer with the kind of problem the customer is raising. So this is where we started. However, there is some room to improve, for sure. And one of the first things, coming back to those ground truths from our customers, was solving issues really fast, giving customers self-serve options. So we invested in automation. So these support automated workflows that are available to you right now, there are over 100 automated workflows that securely are focused on solving common issues. So they use Systems Manager for the most part, but they solve some of the most common issues that we see from customers in an automated way, and they're self-service. Now, to accelerate automation further, we knew that AI just has tremendous promise in this space. So we have content discovery, where we're leveraging graph rags and large language models to make sure that content is discoverable, both to customers and internally as well. Proactive operations is another area that we've seen both as a pattern from customers, and we're using internally to identify issues ahead of time. Extracting key insights, it might just seem very simple and pedantic, but even extracting resource IDs can be challenging when you have to implement automation. You can get these things wrong sometimes. So this is really one place we've seen AI shine. Summarization, I hope several of you are already using that. It's certainly become a lot easier than it was ever since we had large language models. They're really fantastic at natural language. And then automation generation. So both, whether it's to reproduce a customer problem or to create a solution and validate it, code generation can take a long time. You have a customer problem, you're synthesizing a solution, you're testing out the fix. All of this takes a long time. And so the generation of code we've seen really improve over time. For example, we use Amazon Q to generate CDK or CloudFormation templates regularly in order for us to reproduce customer problems. And then routing as well. So this is another area we're seeing AI being useful, which is once again to map the right set of problems, which are usually in natural language, to the right set of tools, peoples, and processes. OK, so behind the hood, this is what the patterns look like. So underneath the hood, sorry. So we have a chain of thought. It uses our knowledge bases, our SOPs. It takes in insights from services like Trusted Advisor and like health, and it combines them together in an agentic workflow. And as part of the agentic workflow, where we're using Amazon Bedrock, we are doing reflection, we are doing judgment, we're doing all these steps that really improve the accuracy over time, both for our internal engineers and technical account managers who are needing to support our customers, and then customers themselves too. So how it comes together is now we have ML-based solutions and recommendations coming to customers proactively. There are automations that are available to you. As I mentioned, support automation workflows. We have APIs integrated. And we have these AI systems that are powering all of this together. So getting the right people and tools together to solve customer problems, hopefully proactively. So if you go to the support center for AWS now, you can see that there will be some personalized recommendations that are ML generated to solve problems proactively. All right. So great AI and great automation starts with great data. And that's why knowledge management is really important. I'd actually love to get a show of hands. Are any of you using techniques like RAGs to improve your search patterns or AI assistants to help you with your support? Anyone? OK, great. So some of you are already on this journey. Most certainly, as a search tool alone, we've seen these AI agentic systems being useful. And having the data in the first place, having them in the right data structures is really important. And this can be a little bit of the harder task. But it's certainly worth one investing in. We have repost available to customers where it's a community where people come together and answer questions. And then within repost, we also have the ability to generate answers. But these answers, once they're generated using these techniques like graph and graph vision, we still get them validated with humans in the loop. And this is really important, because we need to give accurate answers. Repost also has a live streaming on Twitch. It's on Mondays normally. And once again, coming to this whole part about data, a really important part of the data journey is having the right signals in place. And so this means having the right metric coverage, right log coverage, right trace coverage. This is where services like CloudWatch and AWS Health are really useful. So AWS Health actually looks at what's going on across various AWS services, all of the AWS services, and then synthesizes the parts that could be impacting customers and surfaces them via AWS Health events. For support specifically, there are certain key KPIs that are essential in understanding our customers, like customer effort score, understanding customer satisfaction, just like we do at reInvent. Hopefully, it's a reminder. Please do fill out the survey, because that helps us to improve. But these signals are really important, not just for understanding quality, but also to make sure that we have the right capacity in place based on the signals and demands. So understanding your customers' requirements, understanding customers' needs and wants are really important in order to fulfill them and plan proactively. So in order to do this at scale, one of the lessons we learned is that across our services, there's so many metrics and signals that come in. For us to handle this volume, we needed to create a new type of metric. And so we created the CloudWatch High Cardinality Contributor Insights metrics. And so this allows us to get the top N contributors. And that's actually how we give you AWS Health. We've taken these signals across all the AWS services, and we're able to find the top resources that are impacted and the top accounts that are impacted, and then those are shown to you in your AWS Health events. Now, across this journey of giving great support experiences, Salesforce has been a fantastic partner. And I'd love to invite Neeraja to the stage to share her journey.
Thanks, Tipu. I would like to start off by asking 2 questions. Number 1, how many of you have successfully implemented integrations with third-party applications? Anyone? Good. And second question, how has that impacted your customer support experience? Is it good, bad, neutral? Okay, good. Today, I will be sharing how we have implemented our own integration with the AWS and the success story behind it. Hi everyone, my name is Neeraja. I'm a Senior Manager of Technical Support Engineering at Salesforce. How many of you are aware of Salesforce? Oh wow, that's good, good to hear. Yes, Salesforce is the #1 CRM platform known for helping businesses streamline their applications like sales, service, marketing, commerce cloud, and other operations. Our trusted, intelligent, integrated platform provides technologies like AI, mobile, security to help our customers. Before we talk about integration, let's talk about the strategic partnership with AWS. We 2 companies have collaborated to deliver seamless integrations with a lot of products, across various products and services. For example, we have integrated Salesforce Data Cloud with Amazon Redshift by enabling data access without storing data in Salesforce by leveraging zero-copy data federation. Similarly, we have other integration with Amazon SageMaker by allowing our end users to create their own LLMs, large language models. Similarly, we do have other integrations with other products like MuleSoft, Tableau, Heroku. However, in this presentation, we are going to talk about integration with Amazon Connect. The integration between Service Cloud and Amazon Connect, we call it Service Cloud Voice. We combine best of the both worlds. The Service Cloud Voice also provides an integrated interface for our agents to handle customer calls efficiently and provide better customer experience by integrating voice interactions with Salesforce CRM tools. When we went GA with Service Cloud Voice product, here is our support model. As you know, it all starts with a customer. Customer logs a case with Service Cloud Salesforce, and Service Cloud Voice support engineer owns up the case. They investigate the issue and determines if there is a need for AWS support engineer to resolve customer issue. If yes, we ask customer to raise a ticket with AWS and share the case number. And then we reach out to AWS team to get the case assigned, and AWS support engineer works with the customer directly and get the issue resolved. Once the issue is resolved, they closes out the case, and Service Cloud Voice engineer also closes out the case. As you see, there are a lot of opportunity to improve the customer experience here. So at step 4, we're asking customer to do the swivel chair. We're asking customer to raise another case with AWS for the same issue. And we have seen a lot of frustration coming from customers asking for, hey, why are you asking to create another case? You are selling the product, so you'd be the one to solve our issue. That's 100% true. And AWS does not know what kind of analysis we have done before customer raising a case with AWS. Customer has to repeat themselves. Starting from the beginning, what is the problem? What is the issue? What are the logs? How to reproduce the issue? What are the screenshots? Everything. Again, this is not a better customer experience. And again, we do not have any visibility into AWS case systems, whether case got created by customer, case has been worked on, case is escalated, or case is closed. And step 6 and 7, as you see that not all issues are pure black and white. We need to collaborate with AWS on some of the cases, some of the issues, some of the scenarios. But that piece is missing in the workflow. And trust me, I was on the customer escalation calls. Customer was dealing with the issue, and AWS saying, hey, this is not our issue. And Salesforce saying, hey, this is not our issue either. Again, not a better customer experience. So when we talk to our customers and support agents, here is the exact problem statement we got from them. Asking for scalable process, better collaboration, and seamless customer experience. When we list down the challenges, these are the exact problems we just talked about. And our goal was very simple. One single case, efficient collaboration, and efficiency in handling the issues. So here is our improved support model. As you notice, as soon as Service Cloud Voice Engineer gets the case from customer after investigation and determining there is a need for AWS support engineer to resolve the customer issue, we are not going back to customer and asking for another case. We are creating a new case with AWS. We work with them until issue is resolved. And we convey the message to customer and closes out the case and inform AWS about the case closure and close the loop. And also, if you notice, the steps we have reduced from previous model to new model from 8 to 6. That is almost 25% reduction. How did we do that? Of course, with the technology. We have used templates for handover from Salesforce to AWS. What kind of analysis we have done? So the AWS is not going to start over. And we have built integration with Slack application to leverage chat for troubleshooting. And also we have built tighter integrations between Salesforce case system to AWS case systems. And also we have leveraged pager alerts for escalations. And in addition to leveraging pager alerts, we have also utilized IDR for business critical customer issues. IDR is specifically for AWS incidents. There is a specific team who monitors, manages, and provides quick resolution to customer issues. This really helped us. I told you before, we have put the tighter integration between Salesforce case systems to AWS case systems. CTI is one of the items we have considered. When we are doing case mapping between Salesforce to AWS, CTI helped us or ensured us routing our cases to the right teams at the right time. Fast forward, here is our support engineers' experience. And here is our customer experience. In closing, the integration between Service Cloud and Amazon Connect helped us achieve 4 items. Number 1, it helped us establishing single point of contact, thus by reducing the frustration coming from customer. And it helped us reduce the touch points in resolution process by 25%. It means fewer handovers, reduced TTR, time to resolve, and faster resolution times. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Neerja. Thank you so much. So I think the story you just heard about Salesforce going to the market, SCV product, customers jump on it, great experience. But as soon as a problem hits, we understand there's a gap. And using the same mental model of working backward from customer needs to deliver delightful experience, partnered with them, we understood the customer problem that customers don't want to contact 2 companies. They have a problem, they want to get it solved, they want to keep it simple, they do not care where the problem exists, all they want is a solution. And if any of you is in the support organization or responsible for customer support, that's a pattern that we see a lot. You're a SaaS company or you're a company is a cloud competency center and you broker out AWS environments to your line of businesses. It's a very common pattern that your end customer and you, and then AWS, there's going to be multiple handshakes. How do we reduce that? How do we create a solution that allows your customers to get the support they need in a reactive manner, but also in a proactive manner, in a seamless and easy way? So far we talked to you about how we work backward from the customer in AWS support, the challenges that we faced from early days, and how do we want to think about delivering support. And only a quarter of that is really big fix. Everything else is proactive, advisory, consulting. But how does this all marry together to create delightful experiences? Right? Tipu shared the engineering and the art and the science behind how we do support using AI to route your cases, make sure you have right machine-generated responses, finding the right people with right skills to solve your concerns. But how do we use that to deliver products? Another quote I want to show is, it's quite often we deliver products that we say, here's a gap, we should deliver this product, and then we'll share it with customers and let customers use it. In AWS support, we try to find where the gaps that customers are facing. Where are their main pain points where we should look beyond the obvious. If they're opening a lot of cases with us and we are solving them with great accuracy, we got to look what's the source of those cases, why are the cases originating, how can we fix that problem, versus still fixing cases, doing great at that, but that's not what our customers need. So how do we deliver transformation support? How do we deliver, create products that allow your business to transform? I want to bring this slide back. From migrations, modernization, new launches, critical events, you have a big launch coming up, you are the e-commerce company, you have a big sales event coming up, you're a product company, you're launching something. Customers have been telling us, I can do the best architecture, I can do a best pipeline of deployment, but I still need something or someone that can review it for me, be my partner throughout my last mile. And we hear that a lot. And yes, when you get to the day of that launch, when you get to the day of that peak, we are there. You reach out to us and you say, I have a problem, we'll reach out. But that's too late. You are already on the day of your launch or the day before. If you tell us about the problem and we found something chronic, it's too late to fix it, to continue to have you deliver experience for your customer. We have product AWS countdown. And the reason we launched this product, Countdown Premium, was that we were looking at our customers who were looking for that help, last mile help. They are looking at somebody they can engage, maybe 6 to 12 weeks before the event, somebody that is skilled and experienced in the services that they're using, in the architecture or the industry that they operate in, somebody that can partner with them to review their architecture, find common gaps, tell them what are the potential issues they might experience and plug those ahead of the time. And again, we were already helping these customers either on the day of the event or the day or the night before. They were reaching out and saying, oh, we just found out we don't have a right limit in place. Very simple thing. Would have been nice to know about it 6 weeks ago. A night before, you're reaching out, and now we have to startle and get resources to help you. How can we prevent this from happening? And this was a product that does that for them. We're offering Countdown for migration, for modernization. And if you have a need that you have a big launch coming up, or you have a critical event that happens on a cyclic manner, products like these help you. They delight you because you can engage. It's not a long-term commitment. You engage for that launch. We align somebody with you with the skill set based on the problem statement you have, and they help you get through. The other part is I have a lot of stuff on AWS. I have my critical workloads. My whole business runs on AWS, or the critical component of my business runs on AWS. Or more importantly, I run something on which the US economy depends. I'm a financial organization, I have a critical workload, and that workload is important for US economy. I want to run it on AWS, but I don't want to be reactive when things break and I seek support. Nija mentioned IDR, incident detection and response. And this product was also a result of conversations with customers where they were worried about their critical workloads, in some cases not bringing those workloads to AWS just because they were not sure, will they be operated on the cloud well? Will they be able to monitor them? Would they be able to respond to them in the way that you could? And when we heard their feedback, we realized that, again, we can do the best experience when they reach out to us about a problem, but we have to do better. We have to partner with them about this workload ahead of the time. We have to help them find the right KPIs for observability. We have to help them resolve these things faster. And when your critical workloads are impacted, every second matters when you're reaching out to people. You reach out to one team, and they say, oh, we need another team. You reach out to them, you're losing minutes, and by that means you're losing dollars. With IDR, a dedicated team of engineers understands your workload, works with you to set up right monitoring KPIs. When any of those KPIs that they're monitoring goes beyond the baseline, they trigger the event bridge, get all the right parties involved. Doesn't matter if the issue they can solve or not. They get everybody, including customer resources and AWS resources. They get everybody on the phone, and everybody starts looking at the issue, where it might be, coming up with recommendations for workaround, and help you resolve those issues faster. And this gives customers confidence that, yes, I will probably do it like this, or I cannot do better than this even in my own environment. And when they tell us that, that gives us confidence that, okay, we are hearing their feedback. We are listening beyond what they are telling us with just reactive ask. The more we look into these, the more we realize that we are not just only responding to incidents with IDR, we are actually making that workload more reliable. We are avoiding the issues that might be happening potentially in the future, because we are looking at that architecture, we are learning from their workloads, and we are improving them. AWS Security Incident Response. If you missed the announcement, we announced this week at re:Invent. This is another event that once we launch IDR, it's great for all kind of workloads, critical workloads, matter or no matter. But then there's a niche security incidents that are happening. They're happening around us. There's a report of attacks, even in the city that we're sitting on now, that has happened in the recent years. And how can customers be confident that they have the best services and the best people and the best technology looking after their workloads in the security space? So for the last year and a half, we worked on this service, Security Incident Response, that looks at multiple data sources, combines them for your event data, analyzes them, and then if you do need human assistance, we have a 24/7 incident response team that can get engaged and help you be away from security impacting events. And it uses the same security expertise that we have in AWS for our own workload, for our own infrastructure. So there's no difference from these services. They are learning from what AWS sees, and we see unprecedented amount of these threats, and we forego them every day. The same team that manages that is now looking at your workloads, giving you the access to that tooling technology, giving you access to the humans who have experienced this in real life. The other part customers tell us a lot about is, and how their business has evolved, is also, I don't want you to look at my infrastructure. I want you to have the context about my industry. Securing S3, when you are storing financial data for your customers, versus securing S3 when you are only storing log data, are two different scenarios. And when customers contact us, they want us to be aware of the industry that they are in. They want us to be aware of what does this mean? What does this language mean when I tell you about this workload? When I tell you that I'm running an exchange on AWS, you should understand what that means. There's a big difference between Microsoft Exchange and Financial Exchange. And I need you to know that. I don't need you to treat both of them equally. So contextual awareness is key. They also want us to have a 24/7 team of experts that understand industry, not just in a specific time zone. And they want us to be there for real-time support. The industry solutions that we focused on to deliver for our customers delivered from their outcome. Media support solutions, telco in 5G space, ISVs, and financial services. Streaming to millions and tens of millions of people is becoming already a future that we are in, and it's only going to get expanded. Having the right team of experts at your disposal who understand the complexity behind these industry products and are able to support you and help you is key. And our goal is to have those capabilities offered to you. So if you operate in any of these industries, or you operate in an industry that we are not thinking about, give us that feedback. We want to hear what is unique about that industry. How can we create a support solution that meets the need for that industry? Few other things that we are thinking about, what will delight our customers? If we take off the hat of big fix, what are the things our customers want? Integration of support with Q. If you're using Amazon Q for your development need, your developer productivity needs, then it should provide you the full framework of solving the issues when you do have issues, being proactive about it, being advisory, consultative. If it writes a code, it should be able to say this code is not going to deliver a well-architected, resilient solution for you. So we are working with Q on making sure that this is support integration. You should be able to create and resolve your issues with support, inquire about your resources with Q. AI-driven incident root cause detection. We spend a lot of time in that area to identify what was the actual problem that caused the issue. We are thinking of how we can use AI to do that better for our customers and offer those to the customers. Tipo already talked about Gen AI-driven internal technology improvement, the investment that you're doing in AWS support. A lot of you are probably in the industry looking to do things with Gen AI, probably train models, use existing models, use them to create net new models. And there's a curve there where you need help from experts who understand, who have done this for their customers. So the Countdown product I talked about earlier, we are thinking of building it around Gen AI. What does that even look like? It's not a migration, it's not modernization, it's a net new thing. But it's also a territory that our customers have not dealt with before. We have had some experience with that, but we want to make sure that we do the right thing by the customer. Offer you all the experience that we have had doing it within Amazon over the last decade and in AWS, and also the lessons that we've learned from other customers. Managing your capacity, managing your peak events, managing your compliance needs, your workloads. If you're in a specific industry and you want to check their compliance against HIPAA, FSI, PCI, and so you should be able to do that. And those are the things that we are hearing feedback from our customers, and we are building products that end up to their delight. Automated security, industry solutions. So the whole flywheel kind of marries together that the investments that we have done over the last decade and so into AWS support, starting from a customer-centric culture, hiring the right people, training them in the right way, and continue training, making sure that we have the right knowledge and innovation, using the right processes and tools, as well as monitoring the right KPIs, identifying them. If they don't work, change them, optimizing them. In Amazon, we use the term watermelon goal, which is a goal that's green on the outside, but you're not getting the outcome. It's all red inside. And we try to stay away from those. We try to find out what is the thing that matters. Are we really monitoring that? Is our input really aligned with the output that we're expecting? If it's not, we inspect it, we change it, and we try to find out what is the right input metric that will allow us to check on the output that we are aiming for. And if we do all of that right, we do end up creating customer products that delight them. So with that, thank you so much again for being on our session. I'll invite my fellow speakers to be here. We have about 10 minutes. We can take a few questions. This on the mic. And if we will also be around outside the gate if you have any other questions for us. Feel free to connect with us if you have any questions on LinkedIn. Email us. We'll be happy to answer. Thank you.